How would you improve the world?
No one eats alone again.
No one eats alone again. What would that accomplish?
Well, I think that we live in an age of disconnection. People don't talk to their community. They're out of touch with what's going on with the climate and the planet. Food used to be a communal ritual. People used to sit there and feast for hours, and I can't remember the last time I did that. Usually hunched over a desk or something, but...
That's true, but sometimes you need to be hunched over a desk. Sometimes I need to be on my couch, shirtless, diving into a bowl of pasta with no one around to see it.
I hear you. I actually love eating alone, but I think that communal dining has a space. People need a space to reconnect, and...
So no one eats alone if they don't want to. There's a time and a place, sometimes...
Maybe people should eat together more often.
Okay.
How's that? We find a middle ground.
I like that. I like that. How would you actually pull that off?
Oh, come over for dinner.
Don't mind if I do.
So it's super easy, right? Just have people come over to eat in your apartment, invite strangers in, people that you just met.
Here's the problem. Sometimes I really want Italian, sometimes I really want Chinese food. What if we don't? What if we're not on the same page?
Okay, let's do a potluck. Bring what you want, I'll bring what I want. We can just sit in the same room together, eat.
So it's about the experience of coming together over food, having good conversation.
Absolutely.
Are there specific things you need to do at this dinner, or is it like, let's just be in the same room and see what happens?
I find that people that come to dinner often come by themselves. So you're just in a room full of strangers. When you show up somewhere by yourself, you get to sort of reinvent yourself a little bit. You can tell the story that you want to tell. And I find that it's like so freeing to go to something alone like this, because you just get to be who you want to be and meet other people who also sort of want to connect on the same level as you.
I think you're right, but doesn't this idea already exist in some ways? I mean, people already come together for dinner all the time.
They do, except I feel like doing it in a space that's sort of intentionally curated for it, plus is plant-based and sort of themed around the climate, can be really important.
I like that.
And you get to eat my food.
I get to eat your food. As long as the food tastes good, I'm so down. All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
So tell me about your story.
Okay, so I grew up in like a tiny little farm town in New Jersey, and I love vegetables. Kind of the first thing I grew up eating.
Vegetables are great.
Like to the extent,
underrated.
I agree, but to the extent that if we ordered pizza, I would pick the vegetables off it and just eat the vegetables.
Okay, that's weird.
I love, yeah, it's
I
weird.
think you're the only person that's ever done that.
Food was always like a sort of central part of my childhood, and then it became a way that I sort of connect to my roots. I think I grew up in areas where I didn't see a ton of representation of myself, people that look like me, people from similar backgrounds, and the way that I realized that like where my family comes from is super cool is because our food is really freaking good.
Oh, yeah.
And when I moved out, classic story, I moved into my own apartment. I'm like, Mom, I don't know how to cook anything. Like, please help me. That's where I sort of got into like, whoa, South Indian food is like super complex, really interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sort of helped me fall in love with where I came from. So I felt out of touch with sort of myself and people around me, and I was like, hey, I love to cook. I haven't cooked in forever, and I would love to have people over to eat, and that's sort of kind of how it started.
Yeah, and that turned into the supper club that you're hosting today.
Food to me is really meditative. Just sort of, you know, when you like find that state of flow when you're doing something that you love. For some people, it's running
it's
or
like
yoga.
Zone.
Yeah, it's the
You
zone. I get
so
to just sort of lock in when I'm in the kitchen. All your thoughts kind of go out of your head, and I think that's sort of like the phase that I enter when I'm hosting as well, which is really nice. I was curious about climate, but didn't know sort of where to meet people that were also interested in it. I think a lot of people who come to these dinners are just like want to learn and aren't super technical and want people to sort of gather with.
Yeah, it's a good excuse. You know, anyone wants to come get good food. Like,
yeah,
they're already in the door. Let's just do some good out of it too. I really like that idea. Tell me about the name.
So the name is called Amrūt. Amrūt translates roughly to nectar in Sanskrit. And
that's cool.
For me, I mean, when I think about food, I think about those moments that you really savor and time sort of stops and you slow down. You just sit there for hours eating. And that's sort of the essence that I wanted to capture, this idea of just sitting down and savoring time and food with other people. Food can be such a good way to overcome barriers. I mean, I think about like when you travel and you don't really speak the same language as anyone else, but you're eating the same food, and I don't know, it's such an ancient way of connecting both to the earth and with each other.
It is. It's one of the most beautiful aspects of travel. To getting to taste different cuisines and experience that culture, really immerse yourself. The spices that an area has tells you a lot about that place.
It really does. And oftentimes a country's food is dictated by its climate, right? So what can you grow there?
I didn't even think about that.
Right, so I mean, in India, there's often areas that have drought, right? So there's a lot of grains that people use, such as amaranth, millet that are drought resistant. We've done, I don't know, 45 dinners in the last year, which is almost one a week, which is crazy.
Wow, you've been busy.
I'm busy, I'm cooking. And I love it because a lot of people come back. And I think that's when you know you're doing something good.
That's the sign.
All of our food is plant-based. We've diverted about 1.8 metric tons of CO2 as a result of the meals. And because we work with Rethink Food and they collect upcycled produce, we've also used about 200 pounds of upcycled produce in the last year, which is awesome. I'm not saying everyone needs to be plant-based, but I think you should just make the conscious decision when you choose to eat meat and when you don't. If you decide you want to eat meat every day, that's okay, but just like don't do it with subconsciously. I think there's like, active decision making. You should be questioning, do I need meat right now? If the answer is yes, whatever. But I think that there are ways to eat a really healthy diet that's good for your body and the planet in a way that's, plant-based.
You're doing something so meaningful. I mean, you're building this connection with people. You're introducing them to great food. You're giving back to the community, to the planet. Like, this is such a cool idea. Do you ever take a step back and you're like, wow, I'm doing that. That's me.
I don't. I think it's funny. People in my life say I should be doing that more often. I don't think I recognize what I do.
You should. You deserve it.
But I think, for me, it brings so much personal joy and fulfillment that I get to sort of create the space for other people. I feel like at a point in my life where I was really unhappy with sort of the job that I was at and sort of things that were going on, this was sort of like the biggest reprieve for me, where once a week I got to have strangers over and sort of feel like I was doing something that meant something.
I have some pretty solid, basic chopping skills. I can make a mean pot of beans.
There you go.
Some toast. I do cook a lot, but can you help me help you? I want to contribute however I can here.
A third of the tickets at all the dinners that we host are free.
Cool.
I think that's sort of a big part of the mission that I have, which is more people should be able to access spaces like this. And I would love to do a dinner that's fully free for everyone.
Yeah, I think we can definitely pull that off. Part of this project, part of the reason I'm talking to you here today is to try and give back to people that are doing projects that are improving the world and improving communities. And my amazing community, the paid supporters, I've taken all those funds, put them in a pool, and kind of waited for some cool projects to help out with. And I think that's such a great way. We want people that can't necessarily access these spaces to still enjoy them, like you said, and to have all the benefits that everybody else can. So I think we do it.
I also think that often economically, people who can't afford to access spaces like this are often disproportionately affected by the climate.
That's so true. So
all the more.
Yeah, even more justice. What kind of foods do you see coming off this truck?
You see everything. I mean, they have some really amazing partners, like 11 Madison Park that has really upscale produce, as well as your mom and pop grocery store around the corner, right? So you might get things like white asparagus, truffles, caviar tins come off this truck, as well as rolls of bread and boom chicka pop and hummus and everything you find at Trader Joe's. So it's kind of a wide range. Their community kitchen is used to actually upcycle all the produce they get. So they cook a bunch of meals in there and then redistribute it. But they have a wonderful events team who we work really closely with to kind of put on these dinners overnight, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, when I heard about them, I was like, oh, this is such an obvious solution. Of course, we should be upcycling the produce that's being kind of wasted on a mass scale across the US. And I came here to an event they had last year and started chatting with the people that work here. And they're just so mission driven, which is something that I really care about.
My name is Ken Baker. I'm the culinary director here at Rethink Food. Rethink Food is a nonprofit dedicated to combating food insecurity here. 1 in 7 New Yorkers had food insecure. And so basically what we're doing is collecting all this viable excess that exists within the food ecosystem, bringing it back here to this amazing sustainable community kitchen, and we're making hot, restaurant quality, nutrient-dense meals for our neighbors in need. But what we're here in the village to showcase is that New York is a city for everybody.
New York is for everybody. The
it is.
Cultural diversity.
Absolutely.
Different people you see walking down the street is the best aspect.
People are longing just to be a part of something.
Totally.
And when we have so many of our New Yorkers in need, almost 1 million, let's invite the fullness of what this beautiful city is, the vibrancy of the city, to be a part of just nourishing each other. Because what we do know is that all of us in these uncertain times are just one life instance away from being in need of this. When you meet somebody and you sit down, you break bread, it disarms all the otherness and allows the space and posture for just human connectivity to happen.
We're going to turn the food into something great. I promise.
Absolutely.
Savoring because it's, you know, kind of, it's native. Basically, these are Alfonso mangoes. They're native to India. And so they're a little bit sweeter, and I grew up eating them in the summer, so I thought it would be kind of a fun way to bring the tropical water theme to the first course. I feel like a lot of times for these dinners, I'm cooking these dishes for the first time.
You're like, this sounds good. Let me experiment.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think if you know how to course correct, it'll be okay.
Has anything ever gone wrong?
Good question. So actually, once, because these are ticketed events, we had someone show up who didn't sign up, and they sat down for the whole dinner.
That might be the worst thing that can happen at a dinner party.
Might be.
You don't have the food.
But now we're in my apartment, so you're gonna eat whatever happens there. I have baby carrots in the fridge.
Okay.
Well,
maybe some like goldfish in the back of the pantry that are stale.
Gourmet goldfish.
I like
goldfish dust.
Right. Okay. This is us.
This is us. I'm just gonna do a quick opening so we can get the evening started. So the land that we're on right now was originally inhabited and continues to be inhabited by the Lenape tribe. So as we sort of think about water and ownership and who comes from where and what we own, just want to take a second to reflect on that tonight. So what's the theme for this evening? Water, marine life, ecosystems, wetlands, bunch of things. I would love to know if anyone knows where their water comes from. Do you know? The faucet. Okay, good. So we're going to learn a lot this evening, which is great. Kind of the dual goal of an evening like this is to give you a clear set of actions you can take once you leave, and also a great set of people to do it with. So I'm really excited that you all are here. Thank you so many of you who came back. A lot of familiar faces, which is great. For me, one of my favorite memories is sort of when you get to sit outside on a sidewalk and the checks already come at dinner and you're just yapping for a while, which is great. So that's sort of the sensation of the evening that I wanted to provide. Shout out to Jacob for writing the menu on the wall.
I did my best. Thank you. Every month, I find someone who is doing an amazing project around New York. This month is Roopa. And a project that's just improving the world, building a better future, solving a community problem, and helping my community participate as well, give back. So all of the paid membership funds kind of go into a pool, and they help some kind of project, help it move forward, elevate it, come to fruition, whatever that is. And tonight it was covering the price for all of our tickets so we could be here without barriers to entry and make it accessible and have a great time together. So yeah, met Roopa by chance probably over a year ago now.
Yeah, I think so.
And I knew immediately this would be such a great project to focus on.
Okay, so some of you from dinner know before that typically the food is inspired by the theme. So that's kind of what we're doing here tonight. For me, I used water kind of metaphorically to like a journey through the south of India, which is kind of where my family's from, thinking backwaters, tropical food. So to start, you have an heirloom and mango, I want to call this a salad. It's not really a carpaccio if we're getting technical about it, but heirloom and mango salad. I've done this with peach before, but I kind of wanted to bring the Alfonso mango into this. For me, I remember eating it sort of straight out of the mango. You're just biting into it and your hands get all sticky and then you're wiping it on the front of your dress and your mom gets mad. So this is sort of the memories that come with this dish, but enjoy.
When it continues to grow and succeed and thrive, what does that better future look like?
I think that people do this more often. I mean, I'm gonna be moving to the UK soon, but I want people here to do this by themselves in their own apartments. And I think that hopefully that actually will happen. I would love to also sort of sit down and figure out how to make a shareable model for a dinner like this, whether it's like, here's your guide to hosting a climate dinner. Because I think that, we do it in sort of a really big way, but you can actually do it in a really small way, which we spoke about, which is just like in the park with a lunch, talking about the world. So I don't know, I want to see more people come together and eat together.
Let's go
Okay,
cook.
let's do it. Oh, they're in their all hands.
That was good.
I got that.
That is so loud.